Alright, so this is my VPN Tunnel lab demo video, and we're just going to go through the lab manual on the left, and the 3 VMs will be on the right. So first, the network setup. So we're going to have a server that's going to be connected to 2 adapters. One is the internal and one is the NAT network adapter. And then we're going to have a host U that's connected to the server through the NAT network, and we're going to have a host V that's connected to the internal network adapter. So first, we'll show the server. This is my server machine. Clear this. So if you look, it's connected to 2 adapters. Right here is the NAT, and then right here is the internal network adapter. And then go over to our host U. You can look and see that it's connected through the NAT network. And then if you go to host, you go through the host V, which will be our attacker VM. If you look right here, it's connected to the internal network. And this was done by manually configuring our network settings and inputting the correct addresses that it needs to, like it says in the lab manual. And we can check here, it says host U can communicate with the VPN server. So host U is our user, and then we're just going to ping the server that's on the network adapter. Can we do that? And then the VPN server can connect to host B. So we're going to ping host B 192.168.101, I believe it is. And that can connect. And then the last test is that host U should not be able to connect to host B. So let's go back to host U, and try to connect to host B. And as you can see, there's no replies. So that's task 1. Task 2 is creating and configuring the TUN interface. This was done with this program right here, tun.py, on our host U. So you can go ahead and look at that. This is the code, same code here. The only thing that we changed was changing the name of the interface from tun0 to our last name. So my last name is Padilla, so I use that as instead of tun, and then we'll check if it works here. Go ahead and exit out of that. Checks if it works. Check if it works again. So this code is what we used in 2D. So if you wanna show task show this task right here, we're gonna go to while true. Let me just time. Oh, forgot the Python. Alright, there it says the interface name. And if you go to another terminal, we can see that here it is, my interface name. So for task 2B is set up the ton interface, which is just setting up the IP addresses, which we already did, as you can see here. It assigned an IP address for that adapter, and then for task, and this is shown in. This can be shown in the code. So we go back to the code. We added these 2 lines here, like in the lab manual. So this is going to be the IP address of the ton interface, the tunnel interface. So now it wants us to read from the tunnel interface. So we're going to add these lines of codes here. So let's go back to the code and get rid of this. Alright, so now it wants us to ping 192.168.53. Point just anything there. I think I missed a line in the program. So let's go back to it. While true. Wait, no. That's right. So that's what it printed out. It just says that this is the tunnel address, and then this was the ping. And we didn't get a response, but you can see that it's tunneling it. But if you try to ping something that's not in the network under that sub network, it won't. So we do that. Sorry. Ping. So if we do that, it's not going to show over here because it's not under that sub network that we programmed the tunnel to be at. So that's why it doesn't print out anything. So we can go to stop that. Now we're going to write to the tunnel interface. So let's go back. Edit that code. And here's what we get. So let's go ahead and ping. Go ahead and ping this. So you see that we don't get anything back, but we can check what it printed. So it printed the source, which is the tunnel, and then the destination, which is the address we tried to ping. So the code worked and it printed out all the information we wanted. And then it says instead of writing an IP packet to the interface, write some arbitrary data. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So instead of writing like that, then we're going to ping again. And to actually see the what comes out, we're gonna do the ping when Wireshark is running. So ping. Let's see what happened in Wireshark. Alright, let's close this. We have the wrong adapter. So it's gonna be this adapter. And then we're gonna ping. And you can see here that hello world, which is our arbitrary data, came out. So we did that task correctly. So now task 3 is sending the IP packet to VPN server through the tunnel. So first we're going to go over to our server. We're going to look at the server program that we have from here. And all we did was we put the correct IP addresses, the IP address of the server, into this program. And then we're gonna go back to our user and look at the program we wrote there. So should be. So there's the program that we have, and then we just, again, here's the server IP address and the correct port number as corresponds to. So go ahead, save. So now we're going to run the programs. So there's the server program. Now we're going to run the client program. And we're going to have to include the IP address of the server after. And here you can see the tunneling that's taking place. So you can see that it's connected and that the VPN is working. And then we can, while that program is running, we can ping this address. And here you can see that it's tunneling correctly. But if we ping this address, nothing's going to happen, because what we have to do is we have to add that IP address to the routing table, or to the route, using this command. So let's go ahead and do that. Just gonna go through the tunnel. And the tunnel is 53.9. Oh. This is the interface. The 9268 53.9. And now VPN. You can see that it starts reading it over here. So we successfully added it to the VPN tunneling. So we sent the IP packet to the VPN server through the tunnel. So that is that's lab 8. This is the VPN tunneling lab. Thank you.